drinking that much since I got
I've
here.
had a sip less than you.
Right. He said some shit like that. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Jersey sound. Be easy. Yeah. Sauce. They ain't got no sauce. They ain't got no sauce.
What's going on, Blunties? It's your boy Dessalines.
What's going on, Blunties? This is Pharaoh. We got important things to speak about today. Are you guys ready? Let me know.
Are you ready, man? Let's get straight into it, man. Katt Williams.
Ooh.
Katt Williams had an interview. It blew up the internet, man.
Club Shay Shay, man. That shit was phenomenal.
Bruh, Club Shay Shay.
Yes.
Shout out to Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp is doing this thing ever since he left Skip. Ever since he left Skip.
Facts. Yo, he really talk like that, too.
Skip. Ever since he left, bruh. What happened?
Yo, when I watched it, bro.
Yeah.
I think they were doing like 10 million views, bro. Like in the first day. I was like,
yeah, it's
40.
Is that 40 now?
It's at 40
I haven't
now?
watched it in
That's
like
crazy.
2 days. The first day I watched it, it was 10 million. I was like, yo, this shit's gonna go up.
Nah, that's
Like right now, Katt Williams is being talked about everywhere. A
everywhere.
lot of sauce is coming out right now, man.
You weak ass fucking responses from these fucking comedians ain't winning.
Because they can't say nothing. They can't say nothing.
You know what's crazy? They saying shit, right? They saying shit, but not
weak.
a lot of them are saying he's lying about a lot of. Because 90% of the shit he's saying, everybody's like, okay, I'm not even gonna mention that.
Man, what did he talk about, man? Get out of here, man.
He's small, but he's big, bruh.
Bruh,
He's small, but he's big, bruh.
His life story is even crazy, bro. I didn't
facts.
I didn't even know all of that stuff he was talking about. I didn't know nothing about how he had to leave. He went to this, like, he left out when he was just a teenager,
Yeah,
bro.
I think he was like
14.
12, 13, yeah.
Yeah, like, he just was
He had
gone.
like conflict with his pops and all that. He wasn't gonna, live under his roof and stuff like that.
That's a fact.
Even with the missionary work in Haiti, bro, I was like, damn, my boy is outside.
yeah,
Even with all the knowledge he knows and everything, I was surprised.
It made me like him a lot more as a fan.
True.
Because
I
honestly,
agree.
Katt was one of the first comedians that really made me die laughing.
That's a fact,
thing,
yo. That's a
Of
fact.
course, we had Dave Chappelle, but Katt Williams.
Katt Williams was number one because, like, even with the some of the comedy work he did on stand up,
yeah.
even with when he had like the white friends and stuff like that, the 9, it's not a 9, it's a 7. Even from back then, bro, that shit was hilarious, bro.
Nah.
Shout out to Katt Williams for real, man.
Katt is he is OG. He is legendary.
It's true.
And now that I'm comparing him to a lot of other comedians and all of that stuff, and it's just he's always been there, but I don't feel like anybody has really given him his flowers because of all the BS that he went through and how they try to smear him on the media and shit like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
But when he was going ham in that interview,
Yo,
it's like a plethora of things that we could bring up, son. But the main thing right now that everybody that's broke the internet, if that makes any sense, is the fact that he threw shots at who he threw shots at. He threw shots at Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Kevin Hart. Who else he threw shots at? Tyler Perry even threw shots at. Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker. Everybody was getting shot. Rush Hour. Everybody was getting shots.
Facts.
Oh man. To be honest, yo, I think it's more. He said it himself. I think. I don't know if he said it in that interview or somewhere else. It's a competition thing, right? So because it's a competition thing, I think that he threw those shots, but also throughout the years he felt disrespected.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense. And he just never really said nothing. He just did, like, a lot of people were coming online. They're saying that he did a lot of nice things for a lot of random comedians or random people.
Yeah,
giving them money or just giving them tours, even just off their talent. he's one of those that respect young talent like a mug.
Even Jacques even mentioned him. He said that one time he mentioned about like his wardrobe, and he called him. He was like, "Nah, we not doing that. We ain't making wardrobe a big deal." And put like $10,000 in his jacket pocket. Like, can you imagine that?
Yes, that's OG.
Katt Williams.
Yeah.
We're having wardrobe issues.
That's a fact. He gonna be like, "Hold on, player, I got you." He gonna just throw it to you.
Yo, that's a fact. Yo, that's a fact.
Nah, that's his style.
His MO.
He was even. I didn't even look. He was even friends with Prince. Prince was big on giving money away because of his religion. His religion, he did it like low key. Well, after he passed, people started saying like, "Yo, he donated to a lot of organizations." I think, and he was best friends with, or he was good friends with Katt Williams, and they had a lot in common. And I thought that was pretty cool to know too, that he was talking about in the interview. But as for the most part, I think that he mentioned that one of the biggest thing was that one of these big comedians stole his joke.
I think it was like Steve. Was it Steve Harvey or
It
was Cedric? Yeah, it was Cedric. Cedric.
Yeah. So Cedric, it was the joke about you seen the stand up, the joke about he's in a car, he put the music on, he's like, and he's just playing it, he's driving away and shit like that.
He just used instead of using a vehicle, he used a spaceship.
And that was one of the things that he said. Cedric and Steve Harvey apologized about it, but they're denying it.
You know what's so crazy? If it wasn't for the internet, then none of this. He would not have like no type of evidence to basically prove his case. So shout out to the internet because, you know,
I mean, both
exposes a lot. It exposes a lot of fakes and frauds, yo.
That's a fact. I mean, I think at the end of the day, when it comes to all those comedians that we mentioned, I think it's entertainment. This is good, and I think it's good entertainment because I know some people could be like, "Oh, it's a distraction." But I think it's good entertainment, right? Because these are all people who dedicate their lives to making the general public happy. That's what Katt Williams was on another interview with Larry David, I think. Larry David or Larry... It's this famous old white dude who interviews people, right? He basically asked Katt Williams, what brings you happiness? He was like, seeing people smile.
Yeah.
Something simple, bro. So I think most comedians, that's what they love to do, right? They just like that's what they love to do. They like to bring happiness to rooms. They like to make people laugh, make people smile, and it's a genuine thing, and it makes you feel good for anybody, right?
Yeah.
So I think all in all, despite all that, all the extra, drama in between comedians, I think they all have the same end goal, and they genuinely just all want to bring happiness to most people, at least. Besides the beef, happens within house all the time. I got a question for you, though.
Yeah, talk to me.
Who is your favorite comedian?
To be honest, the top two would probably be Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I like Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer. I really didn't grow up watching him too much. Like probably like 6th, 7th grade, I started getting into comedy, and when we used to go to some of our friends' houses, they would have either Katt Williams or Dave Chappelle. So I grew up really on Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams. So, how about you?
I struggle between those two too.
Yeah,
Katt Williams and Dave Chappelle.
And I'm sorry, but also Bernie Mac, yo. Bernie Mac is hilarious, bro. I like a lot of his stand-up comedy, yo, because it's raw and unfiltered. I love it, bro. So I'd say it'd be between those three.
Of all the time, if we're saying all the time, then we could bring different people up. And Bernie Mac, the Bernie Mac show, was hilarious. Like every episode,
just with the edgy people like Patrice O'Neal.
Patrice O'Neal didn't even get.
Paul Mooney was good too. I like anytime I'm listening to Paul Mooney, I'm never dissatisfied. Like he has a lot of borderline, crazy jokes, but it's funny as shit.
He used to be on white people's ass, man.
On the ass.
Yeah, of course. Yes. Paul Mooney, what do you say? Listen, I don't care. White people, get the fuck out of here. He would come crazy.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
He would come crazy. But yeah, the further down the line you go, the older you go. A lot of the newer comedians will be Eddie Murphy's another one, but a lot of
Eddie Murphy's funny.
Yeah, a lot of the newer comedians will say, "Yo, look, there's no me without this great person," and they would point to somebody who came before them, and those people will always point to somebody before them too.
Mm-hmm. It's just like like rap. Like a lot of people,
hip hop music.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So it's a great battle. Me, my favorite comedian, I do struggle between Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams. So I can't really get it. I feel like you could count the last. It's just Dave Chappelle. He has haymakers, and Katt Williams is like more of a Mayweather. He could keep coming at you or something like that.
When's the last time you heard of Matt Rife, bro? They got him out of here. What he do?
Matt Rife, who is that? I don't even know who that is.
You don't know Matt Rife is the white guy. He was pretty funny. He was blowing up mad quick.
No, if you can look him up, I have no idea who Matt Rife. Who is this guy?
Pretty good, bro.
Oh, this dude. Nah, I've seen a couple. I've seen a few.
Let me see a picture.
I've seen a few of his work.
Okay.
He's kind of funny. He's
still around.
He's kind of funny.
You talked about him like he was gone, dead and gone.
Nah, I'm talking about like he was blowing up on social media every week. Now that shit his buzz just dropped.
I mean,
I think he did something.
I don't know, to be honest. People just be, if they don't have anything going on, they just get out of the algorithm. That's what I believe, to be honest. Speaking of that, though,
he's from like Ohio, right?
Huh?
He's from like Ohio or some shit like that, right? But anyways, that's
that's cool. But it actually has to do with what I wanted to bring up next, right?
Yeah.
White comedian, right? There's another white comedian, I forget his name, but Katt Williams brought him up when he was talking about how certain people have to do certain things in Hollywood to move forward in the business. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Devil in a Dress. We're talking about the emasculation of black men. Now, when it comes to comedy, there's a broad line, right? Like, yeah, you have to play a character, you have to play a girl. It's funny, right? Because you're a guy. Why are you playing a girl? It's funny. Why? That has always been somewhat of a well-known thing, as far as, hey, wear this dress, it's gonna be funny. But some people have denied it because they believe that, like, hey, I don't need to do that to be funny. If that makes any sense. And Katt Williams brought that up in a Club Shay Shay interview. He was basically explaining, like, yo, look, there are things that came across my desk when Hollywood was trying to work with him that he refused to do, and that had a huge part in why some roles he didn't get. Yeah. Of course, he's been in other movie roles, show roles. He was on My Wife and Kids, right, for a couple episodes. Hilarious. Really? What?
I've never seen him on My Wife.
You've never seen this nigga? Nah, he played an '80s character, breakdancing. He was like, what? That nigga was hilarious.
I've never seen it.
Oh, nah. See, now I gotta pull it up for you. That's crazy. I'm gonna pull it up for you after this. But he's been on several shows. Like even I think he won an Emmy recently for being on ATL with Childish Gambino. I said Childish. That's his name, right?
Childish Gambino. Yeah.
What's that
You're
name?
talking about the musician, right?
Yeah, but I don't the musician, but he's also an actor. Is it
Childish Gambino?
Is it? Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's an actual person. Childish Gambino is an actual person now.
Danny Glover.
But that's his rap name, Childish Gambino?
Yeah, I don't think it goes by that anymore.
Okay. Danny Glover that's his official actor's name, and he created the show, and he had Katt Williams in the show, and he won an Emmy off of that, which was a big deal. So he's worked in Hollywood, and he supposedly he threw a shot at a rapper. He threw shots at Ludacris too.
Yeah, he did, and then also I'm sorry.
I was gonna say he made an innuendo that the Fast and Furious movie role that Ludacris got, that he could have got if he would have fell in line on the casting couch when they presented it to him. He innuendoed that to, okay, nigga, what did you do type thing.
Word.
Which is unfair, because it's like, okay, if it did happen, if it didn't, now it's all up in the air. Now people could make speculation. But this is his experience, so we don't know exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? But he said that they brought him and Ludacris up, and basically, you know what I'm saying, they say, yo, it's gonna go to one of y'all. Who's gonna be?
And you already know who they chose.
I mean, that's basically what you about for. What were we gonna say?
Actually, I was gonna mention the fact that I'm not too upset with him, because when it comes down to like integrity and certain things that you believe in, he didn't want to compromise himself. So with respect with Katt Williams, I 100% agree with him, especially when you become famous enough that a lot of people want to follow in your direction, and he probably didn't want to have that type of spotlight. He didn't want to basically have certain individuals or younger people go in a direction that they may have compromised themselves as well. So I with respect with Katt Williams, I'm totally with everything that he was doing, man.
All right, yeah. Shout out to Katt. To piggyback off what you're saying, he spoke about Holly Weird, right? As far as the entirety of, okay, I'm in this place because I refused to do certain things, and I could say I stood on my 10 toes, and I was still good, and my talent spoke for itself. He spoke about his work integrity, his work ethic, which was commendable. He got deep into that. From what a lot of people see from the interview, they can take from, is that what a lot of people didn't know about him was he's a very intelligent person.
Yeah.
Given that, he even brought up the fact, right? He brought up politics. He brought up politics. Shannon was asking him about that slightly a little bit. I don't. Let me know if you think this. I believe that comedy, right? Well, as far as when on stage or whatever, even on TV, there's an essence of truth. Do you believe that?
100%, because a lot of times it's easy to get away with telling the truth via jokes, because you can plant little seeds subconsciously in people's mind to the point where it's still funny, but you don't have to take it serious at that exact moment. But when the show is done, you could be like, you know what? That could possibly be true. So it's kind of like with comedy, it's like plant seeding in essence, kind of. So I 100% agree that a lot of people tell the truth via jokes, because it's the easiest form to, get it through certain individuals' heads. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No,
so how you feel about that?
No, I agree. I agree that that's what satirical comedy comes from, right? It comes from real life situations that are just accentuated. And, even through the interview, Katt Williams was even saying how there are most people who have access to nuclear weapons, these leaders, most of them are idiots. That's basically what he said. He's like, most of them are idiots. It's scary when you think about it too much, if that makes any sense. We have to just put trust in it into them, whoever you believe in, and just hope that they don't F up the world and shit like that. But that's why we come to comedy, to laugh about it, to get some sort of comedic, real life relief.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But as far as TV shows, Katt Williams never had a TV show where he starred in. I want to see that, yo.
That would be interesting.
Nah,
that would be interesting, because then you got to think, okay, because he's played many different characters, so it's like, all right, what character would the star player be? I know. Yo, the other day he.
Do
you think he could play like a really serious character? Like, do you think he could play because a lot of his characters have either been like, mainly like a funny type of character. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with
well, that's what he got the Emmy for. It had a comedic tone to it. But in the show on the ATL, that's what he got the Emmy for, because he played a serious role, a serious character. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I watched the episode, he did a good job, bro. He did a really good job. It was basically played a character where the cops came to his crib because they heard of a domestic disturbance. And he basically wasn't trying to get out the crib.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I'm not getting out of my crib. That's not how he said. He didn't sound like that on this show. He He didn't sound like that on the show.
Yeah.
Chill before you come.
Nah, he said, bro, he got an Emmy. I think was it an Emmy or some type of award, bro? A big actors award for that shit, bro. And when I seen it, that shit was impressive, bro.
You see how fast that nigga's running? It was like, you got that crack.
Bro, that's what I was about to tell you, bro. You saw him sprinting?
He did like a 4.9 or something. It was like
Terry
some
Crews
crazy
is on his
shit.
ass.
Word.
And he had like slippers in one of the videos. He had like flip flops.
I'm talking about the one in the gym. He was
that
gone.
one he was gone.
50-something years old.
Yeah, he did a 4.4. Yep.
Yeah. That was
Yo, you
wow.
know what was
I do like
surprising?
7'6" right now.
A 7.6.
7'6".
I don't know what I could do right now.
I'll probably do like 5 or 6 seconds. 4'4", that's whack.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
he's short though. He got little ass feet.
Facts.
Yeah, but
Yo, imagine he
that
had a
don't
little height
mean
on him.
like you old enough because you got to take in his age too. That's impressive, bro.
I think Kevin Hart attempted that, and he like pulled a whole bunch of muscles, and he had to get taken to the hospital and shit.
What?
And he looks like he's more physically in shape than Katt Williams, which is impressive.
Yeah, it is
on
impressive.
Katt Williams' part, yo.
He got more weight than him. Katt Williams is just, I don't need look like, some people are skinny. And
Katt Williams like what, like 135 pounds?
Shit, he's 5'4".
5'5", 5'4", yep.
5'4", something like that. But still, you know what I mean? I'm just happy he's healthy, bro. It's not a lot of black, healthy, older men that we have, as far as people on that pedestal.
He also emphasized the fact that he don't do drugs outside of smoking weed. So,
yeah.
a lot of these other guys, they get into different things. So, that plays a extreme role in your health, too.
Spicing that shit up. Putting shit in the blunt.
Word.
Yeah. He said he just needed to go to sleep, though. Cat, that's what he said. He was like, I need to go to sleep. Smoke, eat, sleep, that's it.
When it's up and it's stuck, everybody's hitting you up. Yo, you're on this show, this podcast.
Yeah.
You're doing this photo shoot. You're doing this commercial.
Yeah.
I seen that. I seen on the internet. I don't know how true this is, that he was basically going on just black outlets. Like most of the people that he was going to, like most of the interviews that he was having were black owned businesses and shit like that. So I was like,
that's fire, yo. That's fire.
Like, Cat.
Bro, everybody got
maybe
nothing
you gotta
but good
come
things.
holler at us.
Yeah.
Word. Maybe you gotta come holler at us too, man.
We'll have you on here, Cat. I'll probably be dying the entire time.
That's a fact. I probably wouldn't even be able to ask him no serious questions and shit.
Word.
I'll let him just talk.
The questions that I would ask is nothing like what anybody else would ask. Like, they're just trying to get viral moments and shit like that. Like, no. You can't do that. You gotta have fun with him, bro.
You seen the interview? He was controlling that shit. He wasn't letting shit.
Nah, he had no. The reason why is because he had to get. He was really like, even in the first couple minutes, he was like, "Yo, how can you just let somebody come on here and say some of the things that were being said?" So he came through with the fury from hell. Like he had to get all that off his chest. So I understand, bro. He was upset.
But he's not the type to come out crazy like that.
He was not letting, like Shannon Sharp had no rebuttal.
Respect to Shannon Sharp. He was letting him just talk. Though.
Shannon Sharp
every time
Shannon Sharp said, "Oh my god, let me."
We gonna get canceled, Scale. We gonna get canceled.
You drinking too much. You see, you drinking too much.
He's like, I haven't drinking that much since a guy.
I had a sip less than you.
Right. He said some shit like that.
That's what he said. That's what he said. Cause he said, I had a sip less than
Came
you.
off that natural high, like
Nah, Shannon Sharp was funny as hell with that shit too.
he was on Ricky Smiley ass the whole episode.
Fact.
It's crazy how comedians will they'll set up the joke, go away, punchline you, go back to the joke. That's how he was doing Ricky Smiley. He was saying his name, going to like another realm of talking, and then boom, he fucking correlated Ricky Smiley into the fucking shit.
Boom, heavy hitter,
That was I think
that's art. That's like,
you know what
artistry.
I think about that, right? You know what was annoying about that? Because this is Hollywood, right? So there's certain things when you're cast, and then you have actors, things that's going on set, whatever it may be. Especially in pre-production, when you're still like trying to get somebody for a role, right? What they said made sense. They both had two different stories, but all of what they said was true. So, Katt Williams said he came in. He was like, "Yo, this is how I'm gonna do it," but Ice Cube was like, "Yo, nah, like the script, we don't change the script for nobody, but also we wouldn't have nobody getting raped or being taken advantage of on screen. I don't do that in my movies." Katt Williams was saying I had to change it up a little bit. They probably both was right, because Katt Williams probably made it like funnier, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
He probably made it to the point where it was just like a funnier scene or whatever it may be. And
He was ad-libbing.
Yeah, ad-libbing or whatever it may be. And Ricky Smiley, his experience was, I thought I had the role, but then I didn't. Well, yeah, you got beat by him. I thought that, like, whenever he even mentioned that he was trying to give Katt Williams props. Like, yo, he took the role from me and he bodied it. There was nobody else that could play it like him.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? That's what I took from that when he was talking about it. But Katt took it like disrespect. Like, nah, you saying that. I don't know what Katt thought he was saying.
There was
like,
some underlying beef under that, because there's another podcast where Ice Cube and Ricky Smiley was together talking about that role, and he said that, and like Ice Cube didn't like back him up. He was like, "Yo, we just trying to get you in a movie." He wasn't telling nobody like, "Yo, that spot was yours."
I mean, he auditioned for it, but when you got somebody like Katt Williams that comes in out of 200 people, 300 people, 400 people, and you got Ricky Smiley, whoever he may be, not to disrespect him, you got somebody like Katt Williams who's a natural born star. That's what you call people like him. And he comes in,
3,000 books?
Huh?
3,000 books.
I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of shocked. He said that he read 3,000 books every year from the age of 13.
I thought he said a day.
Nah, he said a year.
A year, 3,000 a year. That's how many? That's.
I mean, if you think about it, if niggas wasn't on social media, it's probably possible.
3,000.
You probably could go through a book, about 3 books, 4 books per day.
He didn't say how long the books was.
Yeah, that's another thing. It could be 70 pages, 50 pages, 30 pages. It could be like...
He speaks multiple languages, right?
Yeah.
I know he speaks...
He said French, Creole, and he mentioned Creole too.
Yeah,
Haitien, côté, you la.
He didn't say that.
That's how he said it.
No,
Y'all didn't hear him speak Creole when he did it?
Nah.
He said, listen, I speak French, Creole, sac passe, nigga, sac passe. And then here, I also speak Spanish and German, and also a language that does not exist. That's what he said, bro. I'm telling you.
All right. If that's what he said, that's what he said.
Bro said, nah, son.
I'm just listening and laughing, man. I'm letting you get in the character.
Nah. He said he spoke Creole and all that. He said it correctly too.
Yeah, he did. He said French, and then he said speak Creole and read in French. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He made that distinguish.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yo, like, you know what was interesting? Like, I was shocked that he said what he said when he mentioned Harvey Weinstein. When he said that Harvey Weinstein was trying to get at him and some shit like that.
Oh my God!
Trying to take his...
That was like
Trying to take his
yo.
window.
That was crazy.
He said he
I'm
left
like,
with his integrity and his booty hole intact. Sorry.
That's what he said,
That's
bro.
what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
Not a lot. So I'm guessing not a lot of people can say that they left with their integrity and they bunda intact.
That's nasty.
Paul, that's wild. That's wild.
Big pause, bro. Nah, his like that's not nothing new. That's what the whole Me Too movement was about, right? It was about people in Hollywood taking advantage of course, during that time it was women, right? Who were,
so they got tired of the women and now they got to enforce themselves on the
casting couch is what they call it. The casting couch is what they call it, right? Where you're a girl, you think you're going to get a part, and said director, said person who's hiring people, is basically saying, yo, if you want this, then you got to, do something
shake a little something, suck a little something.
I mean, yeah, and that's how all the Harvey Weinstein and probably other people too who got exposed doing it. Now, can you imagine how many guys said, yo, F it, or whoever?
Yeah.
But the guys ain't going to come forward because that's too embarrassing. Girls, it's okay. They're like, well, he took advantage of me, right? They have that. I'm not trying to play them out, but there's more of a,
a victim rose.
Yeah, like a societal acceptance to be like, yes, expose that man that was wrong what he did to you. Whereas a man, it's like, yo, why didn't you punch him in the face?
Word.
Why didn't
it's
you
like
do
when
this?
that Terry Crews thing. Like, you ever heard?
Yeah.
Terry Crews said that the guy grabbed his
Yeah.
genitals for a few. First of all, dude, how do you let, as big as you are, how do you
He
let
coulda murdered
another
him.
grown ass man grab your sack for like 3 whole minutes?
3 minutes.
It was. He said, bro, it was a couple minutes, bro. I deadass watched the interview the other day. I'm like,
He really
That's
wanted that
wild.
job.
you know, I went straight to the comment section like, bruh, what they about to say about this man?
But see, now you see, this is why. Look. This is exactly why.
But how do you? But like, no, as a man though.
Hold on, pause it. This is why they don't come forward. You understand what I'm saying? Because the shock, we don't know what happens to them, but there's probably a shock that comes into it. There's probably they're like, yo, if I kill this man, my entire career is over. You know, men, they got that. You know what I'm saying? They got that thing to them. They have more of a raw testosterone. They know what they can do to ruin their entire lives. So, especially in Hollywood, it's different, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, all in all, man, shout out to Katt Williams.
Shout out
bro.
to Katt, man. Yo, we really appreciated that interview, man. Like, especially letting Shay Shay was letting him do his thing on there. He let him talk respectfully. I enjoyed that interview, man. Although, like, you know, towards the end, I fell asleep a little bit. Had to go back, but it was very, very interesting. That entire interview.
Blunt Tears, you make sure if you haven't watched that Katt Williams interview on Club Shay Shay, shout out Club Shay Shay, shout out Katt Williams, shout out Courageous Cat Studio Lounge.
Shout out the Blunt of Reality.
Shout
baby.
out the Blunt of Reality.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out Zoo Productions.
That's a fact.
Come on, man. We'll see you again next time.
We out.